Hey guys, welcome back to Tantrum House. Today's video is a review of the game Suburbia and its expansions from Bezier Games. Hey guys, and thanks for coming back. Like I mentioned, this video is all about Suburbia and its five expansions from Bezier Games. Suburbia is a tile laying game for 1 to 4 players where you plan, develop, and build a small town into a major metropolis. Your goal is to take your borough to a fully functioning city and have the most population out of all the other players. Bezier Games, of course, was kind enough to send us a copy of the game, so let's actually jump into it and let's take a look at some of the components and see how it's played. In the base game Suburbia, you'll be performing the following 4 actions in order. You'll be placing 1 building tile or 1 investment marker in your borough. When taking a tile from the real estate market, you pay the cost shown above the tile, if any, plus the cost on the tile to the supply. If taking a basic tile, you just pay the cost on the tile, and then take any tile from the real estate market, pay only the cost printed above the tile, and then discard it. If taking a tile to use as a lake, you must also choose a tile from the real estate market, pay the cost printed on the real estate market and not on the tile, then discard it. And finally, if you choose to place an investment marker on any of your tiles, including the lake, it doubles the effect of the tile it's placed on. For your secondary action, you can pay or collect money based on your income. As a third action, you adjust population based on your reputation. And for your final action, you'll add a new tile to the real estate market. This game ends when the 1 more round tile is flipped over. Everyone plays 1 more round and do final scoring by calculating goals and converting money to population. But like I mentioned, that's just the base game of Suburbia. There's 5 expansions we have to talk about, so let's get to them. Suburbia Inc. is expansion number 1. In Suburbia Inc., you actually get a few new things. So one of those new things are border tiles. You get building tiles, you get goals, and you actually get bonus and challenge tokens. Bonus and challenge tiles offer mid-game achievements, kind of like little rewards if you qualify for them. So here's a couple, like you must have 4 lakes or you must already have $25 of money. Suburbia 5 Star is the second expansion, and kind of like in the name, this is the one that adds in the 5th player. So that's actually a huge expansion that you might want to look into if your normal playing group has more than 4 players. It also includes several expansion components, such as new building tiles, token tiles, border tiles, bonus tiles, challenge tiles, and goal tiles. Star tiles introduce a new track for all players to compete on. This track compares all players at the end of each round, so new component to add into that game as well. I really enjoyed the 5 star. Suburbia Con Tiles is an expansion that just adds new tiles into the game. It's called Con Tiles because all the tiles that it adds represent some of the most famous board game conventions that are held throughout the entire world. Suburbia Essen Tiles is another expansion that just adds more tiles to the game. And here's the cool, unique part about this one. It's adding tiles from Essen, Germany, where the most famous, biggest board game convention, the Essen Spiel, is held. So it adds tiles all around Essen, Germany that you can add into your game and play with if you're interested in that expansion. The last expansion we're going to look at is Suburbia Nightlife. And this one's going to add new tiles that actually have unique playing abilities. Most of these tiles are going to be represented by things that happen at nighttime, obviously. And a lot of these tiles can be paired together with another nightlife tile to actually create some unique effects. So those are the 5 expansions of Suburbia that are included in this video. Well, where do I even start with Suburbia? Man, and its expansions. Don't forget those, all 5 of them. Well, I can tell you this. I really have enjoyed getting Suburbia to my table. I think I've always have. I really enjoy the base game. It's a kind of like the perfect tile laying game where it's Obviously not tough to take one tile from the real estate market, pay for it, the cost is printed right there, and place it into your city. But it's also strategic as you're planning and thinking about which tile scores me the most points, which tile can I afford, which tile kind of doesn't hurt me the most if I place it over here, or should I use that tile or place it as a lake. So there's so much depth and strategy to the game. But I will be honest with you, the border tiles that come with one of the expansions is like a huge game changer. The border tiles for me added so much more, again, depth to the game, but also replayability. It wasn't just so I'm taking a tile and putting it in my city once you add the border tiles. I really have enjoyed some of the other expansions, especially some of the ones with the tiles. Huge shout out to Bezier Games and one of their other games, their werewolf game, and this tile that I'll show you here. So I just think that's really cool. I think they've really gone above and beyond with some of these tiles that they've added to the games, with some of these themes that they've added to the games. I personally, my favorite expansion is going to be the Nightlife expansion. I just really liked how some of those buildings interacted, so that made it really fun for me. But kind of plain and simple, the Suburbia is a great game. I mean, super awesome, seriously. I would honestly say that you need the 5-star expansion if your group plays more than 4 people. So don't rule that out. The base game does come with some double-sided things where you'll see that it offers like this double side if you've got the 5th player, but you don't actually get the 5th player components unless you get the 5-star expansion. So just as a heads up there. However, Suburbia to me is like a staple of a game. If you're into, again, it's the tile laying game, it's the strategic game. It's probably not for the beginner player. It's going to take you 90 minutes to past 90 minutes if it's your first time playing to figure out how that's played. But for me, it's just kind of that staple of tile laying, of using your strategy, of thinking moves ahead, of planning how much this is going to cost me. Where is it going to hurt me? Where's my best placement? Is that person going to take it first? You know, that sort of thing. I really enjoyed the bonus and the challenge tiles as well. Those were just super fun because it gives you like you do have your goal tiles, don't forget those. You've got like individual goals and kind of communal goals that everyone's going for, but the challenge tiles just give you something else, and the bonus tiles just give you something else to kind of shoot for mid-game, and I really appreciated that as well. That's kind of always just a way to kind of rack up, bonuses and points, stuff like that mid-game. So I just really appreciated that about the expansions here in Suburbia. So anyway, that's kind of my take, my review on Suburbia and its expansions. As always, if you're interested in the game, go get it. Shout out to Bezier Games. I'm sure you can go right to their website right now and get the latest edition of Suburbia and its expansions. And of course, if you like what we're doing over here at Tantrum House, then comment on our video, like it, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Oh, I should tell you, Suburbia's got, and its expansions in this latest edition, have game trays in the box. So all your pieces are super nice and stacked in here. It's not even falling over. I can shake it and nothing's happening. I love that. You got to get the latest edition.